We all have dreams, taken one after the other. Growth is found in those very moments where you feel like giving up, but you push through anyway. The truth is, success isn't built in a single day. It's built on the foundation of small, intentional choices made every single day. Success is waking up early to read, even if you're tired. Success is showing up for your goals, even when you don't see immediate results. Success is keeping promises to yourself and refusing to let distractions derail you from your path. Now, I want to challenge you to look at your daily habits. What are the things you're doing every day that are moving you closer to the person you want to become? Are you investing in yourself, your growth, your future? Are you nourishing your mind with positivity, your body with health, and your soul with peace? The habits you cultivate today will shape the person you become tomorrow. If you want to grow in your career, in your relationships, in your personal life, what are you doing today to lay the groundwork for that growth? Remember, it's not the grand gestures that will get you there. It's the quiet moments, the times when you choose to show up, to stay focused, and to remain disciplined even when no one is watching. Your growth is happening in the details, in the moments when you decide that today will be the day you take one more step forward. Consistency is key. It's one of those simple phrases that sounds so straightforward, yet when you break it down, you realize just how powerful and transformative it truly is. Think about all the dreams you have, the goals you set for yourself, the visions you hold for your life. Now think about how often you take action toward those dreams. Are you consistent, or do you find yourself starting and stopping, making progress only to fall off track? Consistency is the bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to be. It's the force that drives you forward when motivation fades and the challenges seem insurmountable. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of grand gestures or dramatic transformations. We want change to happen quickly, to see instant results, but real, lasting change happens over time. One small action after another, each day building upon the last. A key to success, no matter the area of your life you want to improve, is consistency. It's the daily commitment to your goals, the refusal to give up, and the discipline to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. Many of us look at the success of others and wonder how they got there. We admire the people who have achieved great things, and we think there's some secret or shortcut they've discovered. But what we often overlook is the power of consistency in their journey. Behind every success story, there's a trail of small, consistent actions that accumulated over time. There's a commitment to showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets, no matter the setbacks. The truth is, it's not the big moments that make someone successful. It's the little moments, the quiet, seemingly insignificant moments where consistency plays its part. When you commit to consistency, you give yourself the space to fail and try again. You stop expecting perfection and you embrace the process of learning and growing. The beauty of consistency is that it doesn't require perfection. It simply requires that you keep going. Progress might be slow and you might not see immediate results, but as long as you keep showing up, you are moving forward. The key is in making the decision to keep going when the excitement wears off, when the initial motivation fades, when the newness of your goal starts to feel like a distant memory. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. It's easy to get distracted by shiny new opportunities or to get overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals. But what if you focused on just today? What if instead of worrying about how much you have left to accomplish, you focused on taking one small step today? What if you committed to doing something, no matter how small, that brings you closer to your goal? You'd be surprised at how far you can go when you break things down into manageable pieces and commit to showing up every day without fail. Consistency also helps you build momentum. At first, it might feel like you're not getting anywhere. It might seem like all your effort is going unnoticed, that your hard work is invisible. But trust me, every small action is laying the groundwork for something bigger. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, consistency builds momentum over time. At first it's slow, but eventually the momentum becomes unstoppable. You start seeing results, and then it becomes easier to keep going because you can feel the progress. But without the consistent actions, without the small steps, you wouldn't be able to build that momentum. That's why consistency is so crucial. It lays the foundation for everything else. When you commit to consistency, you also develop discipline. You learn how to push past the initial excitement and the early stages of discomfort. You learn how to do the hard work even when it's inconvenient, and even when it's not glamorous, even when it feels like no one is watching. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do something. It's about making a commitment to your future self and honoring that commitment every single day. It's about developing the strength to keep going when everything inside you tells you to stop. Discipline is what keeps you focused on the long-term goal, not the short-term distractions. It's what keeps you grounded in your purpose, even when the world around you is filled with noise. The other beautiful thing about consistency is that it helps you develop patience. We live in a world that's constantly telling us to expect instant gratification. We want things fast, we want things now. But the truth is, real success takes time. It takes patience. It takes the ability to keep working, even when the results are not immediately visible. Consistency teaches you to trust the process, to believe that every small effort is adding up, even when you can't see the end result yet. It teaches you that success doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep showing up day after day. Another important aspect of consistency is that it allows you to track your progress. When you make consistency a priority in your life, you have the ability to look back and see just how far you've come. Sometimes we get so focused on what we haven't accomplished yet that we forget to acknowledge how much we've already achieved. When you consistently show up for your goals, no matter how small the actions, you begin to see the growth. And this growth becomes its own source of motivation. You see how your efforts are paying off, and this drives you to keep going, to push further, to strive for even greater heights. Consistency also helps you stay grounded in your values. When you commit to a daily practice, whether it's working toward a goal, practicing gratitude, or maintaining a healthy lifestyle, you're reinforcing what matters most to you. You're living in alignment with your values every day, and this keeps you connected to your purpose. When you make your daily actions reflect your core beliefs, you create a life that feels fulfilling, one step at a time. You don't need to wait for a big life-changing event to feel aligned with your purpose. You can create that sense of alignment right now through the consistency of your daily choices. Consistency in many ways is the antidote to self-doubt. When you show up every day, even on the days you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you are capable of doing hard things. You begin to trust yourself more. You start to build confidence in your ability to overcome obstacles, to keep going when things get tough. You realize that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect mindset. You just need to start and then keep going. The more consistent you are, the more you prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. In the end, consistency is what creates the life you desire. It's the small, everyday decisions, the daily habits, and the commitment to keep moving forward that lead to lasting success. Success is not an event, it's a journey, and that journey is built on consistency. Every day you choose to show up, you choose to move closer to your goals, to the person you want to become. And that's what makes all the difference. So if you want to change your life, if you want to achieve your dreams, if you want to see real, lasting growth, make the decision today to commit to consistency. One day at a time, one habit at a time, one step at a time. And before you know it, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. Small steps lead to big changes. This idea is at the heart of every transformation, every success story, and every personal breakthrough. We tend to think that in order to make a significant change in our lives, we need to take massive leaps or achieve dramatic moments of success. We believe that growth comes in bursts of energy and grand gestures, but in reality, the true path to change is paved with small, deliberate steps taken consistently over time. When you look back on your life, you won't see a single moment of change. You'll see a series of decisions, actions, and habits that gradually shifted you in the direction of your dreams. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals. When you think about the future, it can feel like there's so much to accomplish and so little time to do it. You may have dreams of writing a book, starting a business, getting in shape, or making a major career change. But when you look at the size of the task ahead, it can seem impossible. How can you possibly accomplish all of that? The truth is, you don't need to tackle it all at once. What matters is that you take the first step and then keep going, one small action at a time. Many people give up on their dreams or get discouraged because they expect overnight results. They want to see immediate progress, but that's just not how growth works. Big changes don't happen in a single moment. They happen gradually through consistent effort and small steps. Each small step, no matter how insignificant it may seem at the time, is building the foundation for something greater. It's easy to dismiss small actions, but they're the building blocks of long-term success. A single act of courage, a single decision to show up, or a single hour of focused effort might not seem like much on its own, but when you multiply those small actions over time, they add up to something truly powerful. Think about how progress works in any area of your life. Let's take fitness, for example. If you want to get healthier, you don't wake up one day and run a marathon. You don't instantly drop 20 pounds. The journey to health is a series of small steps: making better food choices, moving your body regularly, getting enough sleep. These small actions, when done consistently, compound and lead to real change. At first, you might not see dramatic results. You might not notice a difference after one workout or one healthy meal, but over time you will. It's those small steps that add up, creating a bigger shift than you could ever have imagined. The same is true for any other area of your life. If you want to improve your career, you don't need to make huge, bold moves right away. It's the small actions like networking, learning new skills, and showing up with integrity every day that will propel you forward. Success doesn't come from one big leap. It comes from showing up day after day and doing the work, no matter how small the task may seem. Every email you send, every connection you make, every skill you acquire is a small step that brings you closer to your goal. If you focus on the small steps, you'll find that the big changes will take care of themselves. One of the most powerful aspects of small steps is that they allow you to build momentum. At first, the progress may feel slow and you may wonder if it's worth it. But as you continue taking those small steps, something magical happens. You start to build momentum. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, your efforts start to compound, and what once seemed difficult becomes easier. It's the consistent effort that creates this momentum, which then propels you forward and makes future steps feel less challenging. What once seemed like an overwhelming task starts to feel like a natural progression, and that's the power of small steps. Another reason why small steps lead to big changes is that they allow you to build confidence. When you accomplish a small task, it builds your belief in yourself. It shows you that you are capable of taking action, even if it's just a small one. This confidence fuels your drive to take the next step and the next, until you're steadily moving forward in the direction of your dreams. Each small success is like a deposit in your confidence bank, and over time, those deposits add up to a solid belief in your ability to achieve big things. Small steps also help you stay focused on the present moment. Often when we're working toward big goals, we get distracted by the end result. We start thinking about the future, about how far away our goal seems, and we lose sight of what's happening right now. We get overwhelmed by the enormity of the task and forget that all we need to focus on is the next step. When you focus on the small steps, you stay grounded in the present. You don't get caught up in worrying about the future or feeling anxious about what's to come. You simply take the next step, and that's enough. Small steps also allow for more flexibility and adaptability. When you approach a goal with the mindset that you'll take small, manageable actions, you're more likely to adapt to challenges along the way. Life doesn't always go as planned. Unexpected obstacles arise and things don't always work out as you hoped. But when you're focused on the small steps, you're better equipped to adjust and course correct as needed. You're not tied to a rigid plan or timeline. Instead, you're focused on progress no matter how it comes. And because small steps are less overwhelming, you're more likely to keep going when things get tough. The beauty of small steps is that they're sustainable. You don't need to burn yourself out with intense bursts of activity. You don't need to force yourself to do more than you can handle. The power of small steps is that they fit into your life. You can take one small step today and another one tomorrow without feeling overwhelmed. The key is consistency, making steady progress, no matter how small it may seem. Over time, this steady progress compounds and the results speak for themselves. And let's not forget about the impact small steps can have on others. When you take consistent action, even in small ways, you set an example for those around you. People notice when you show up, even when it's hard, and they're inspired by your commitment. Small steps can have a ripple effect, creating a positive influence on your community, your family, and your friends. By committing to small actions, you not only change your own life, you inspire others to take action in their own lives as well. Ultimately, small steps lead to big changes because they make growth possible. Without small steps, change would be too overwhelming, too difficult, and too easy to give up on. But when you break things down into smaller, manageable actions, you give yourself the opportunity to succeed. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan. All you need is to start and then take the next step. Every small action is a victory in itself, and over time, those victories add up to the transformation you're seeking. The journey may be long, but every small step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. So take the first step today and then the next and keep going, because every step matters. Growth comes from struggle. It's a concept that many of us resist because it's uncomfortable, sometimes painful, and often feels like a setback. We don't want to face struggle. We want things to come easily, to be smooth, to flow without friction. But the truth is, it is precisely through struggle that we grow. The moments when we feel like giving up, when we face obstacles that seem insurmountable, when things don't go the way we planned, these are the moments that shape us. They are the moments that test our resilience, refine our character, and prepare us for what's to come. When we think of growth, we often think of success, of reaching the destination. But the most important part of growth isn't the end result. It's what happens along the way. Growth is about the journey, and that journey is paved with challenges. It's the struggle, the tough times, and the difficult moments that push us to become stronger, more capable, and more equipped to handle whatever comes next. Without struggle, there is no growth. We stay stagnant, complacent, and stuck in our comfort zones. Think about any major achievement in your life. Chances are it wasn't a smooth ride. It wasn't a linear path. There were obstacles, setbacks, failures, and moments when you thought about quitting. But it was through those struggles that you learned. It was through those moments that you discovered just how strong you really are. You didn't grow in spite of those struggles, you grew because of them. The challenges you faced, the adversity you overcame, And the obstacles you move through are what built you into the person you are today. One of the most powerful things about struggle is that it forces us to confront ourselves. When everything is going well, we don't have to dig deep. We can coast along, avoiding difficult emotions or tough realizations. But when we're faced with struggle, we are forced to look at ourselves honestly. We have to ask ourselves difficult questions. What do I want? Why do I want it? Am I willing to do what it takes to get there? Struggle demands that we face our fears, insecurities, and doubts head on. And it is in that process of confrontation that we discover our true strength. We realize that we have more inside us than we ever knew. Struggle also teaches us the value of patience. In a world that's obsessed with instant gratification, it's easy to forget that great things take time. Growth isn't something that happens overnight. It's something that takes time, effort, and perseverance. Struggling through a difficult situation forces you to develop patience. It teaches you that progress isn't always linear and that success doesn't always come when you want it. Sometimes the greatest growth happens when you feel like you're stuck, when you're struggling to make progress. But if you keep going, if you keep pushing forward, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, you will eventually see the fruit of your efforts. Another lesson we learn through struggle is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to get back on your feet after being knocked down. It's easy to be resilient when things are going well, but it's when you face challenges that your resilience is truly tested. Every time you encounter a setback or face a difficulty, you have a choice. You can either give up or you can choose to rise again. The more you face and overcome struggle, the stronger your resilience becomes. And the more resilient you become, the more capable you are of handling whatever challenges come your way in the future. Struggle doesn't break you, it builds you. It strengthens you in ways you can't see in the moment, but that become evident over time. Growth through struggle also involves learning how to let go of what no longer serves you. When things get difficult, we often hold on tightly to old ways of thinking, old habits, and old beliefs that are no longer helpful. Struggle forces us to release these things. It challenges us to let go of the comfort of the familiar and embrace change. It teaches us to be flexible, to adapt, and to grow beyond our old limitations. Sometimes the struggle is not about pushing harder, but about surrendering. It's about releasing what is no longer working so that we can make room for something new. The key to growth through struggle is perspective. It's easy to view struggle as something negative, as something to be avoided or feared. But what if we saw it differently? What if we embraced struggle as a teacher, as a gift that helps us grow and evolve? Instead of seeing the challenge as an obstacle, we can view it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more of who we are meant to be. Struggle in this light becomes something we welcome, something we look forward to, because we know it will make us stronger, more capable, and more prepared for what's next. It's important to recognize that not all struggles are the same. Some struggles are internal, mental, emotional, or spiritual. These are the struggles that challenge our beliefs, our values, and our sense of self. They are the struggles that test our limits, our patience, and our endurance. But these internal struggles are just as important as the external ones. In fact, they may be even more important because they shape the way we view the world and the way we respond to external challenges. When we face and overcome our internal struggles, we become better equipped to handle the external ones. We become more grounded, more centered, and more aligned with our purpose. External struggles, on the other hand, are the challenges we face in our circumstances, our environment, and our relationships. These struggles might include financial difficulties, health challenges, or conflicts with others. While these struggles may seem difficult or unfair, they also offer us opportunities for growth. They push us to become resourceful, to think creatively, and to develop new skills. They teach us how to navigate difficult situations and how to find solutions in the face of adversity. External struggles may push us to our breaking point, but they also have the power to build our strength, our courage, and our ability to persevere. As we grow through struggle, we begin to understand that the process of struggle is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is through struggle that we evolve, that we transform, that we become more than we ever thought possible. The struggle doesn't define us, it refines us. It molds us into the person we need to become in order to achieve our goals, to fulfill our purpose, and to live the life we are meant to live. And every time we overcome a challenge, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we ever imagined. Growth doesn't happen in the absence of struggle, it happens because of it. Struggle is not something to be avoided, it's something to be embraced. It is the crucible in which we are forged, the fire that refines us, the pressure that turns coal into diamonds. Every challenge we face, every difficult moment we overcome is a step toward becoming the person we are meant to be. So the next time you face a struggle, remember that it's not a roadblock, it's a stepping stone. It's not a sign that you're on the wrong path, it's proof that you are on the right one. Embrace the struggle, because it is through that struggle that you will find your true strength and potential. Your mindset shapes your reality. The way you think about yourself, your circumstances, and your future directly impacts the outcomes you experience. If you want to change your life, it all begins with changing the way you think. Mindset is not just about thinking positively, it's about believing in your ability to overcome challenges, achieve your goals, and create the life you desire. Your mindset influences every aspect of your life, from how you approach your work to how you respond to setbacks, to how you view your potential. A strong, positive mindset is the foundation for everything you want to create. Most of us don't realize how much power our thoughts have over our lives. We walk around in autopilot thinking the same thoughts day after day, often without questioning them. These thoughts form our beliefs, and those beliefs shape our actions. If you believe that success is out of reach, or that you're not good enough, or that you're not worthy of happiness, then you will act accordingly. You will limit yourself, you will self-sabotage, and you will hold yourself back from achieving what you truly want. Your thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies, shaping your reality in ways you might not even be aware of. On the other hand, when you choose to shift your mindset, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You begin to see the world in a different way, one where opportunities exist around every corner, and where challenges are just stepping stones on the path to success. With the right mindset, you begin to believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, no matter how big they may seem. You start to take actions that align with your vision for your life, and you approach obstacles with resilience and confidence, knowing that they are simply part of the process, not roadblocks to your success. The first step in shifting your mindset is to become aware of the thoughts that are holding you back. These thoughts are often unconscious, deeply ingrained in your beliefs and habits. They may come in the form of self-doubt, fear, or limiting beliefs. You might tell yourself things like, I'm not good enough, I'll never be successful, I don't have what it takes. These thoughts create a story about who you are and what you're capable of. But the truth is, these thoughts are not facts, they are simply beliefs that you've internalized over time. The key to changing your mindset is to start questioning these beliefs. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Does it serve me? Is this thought aligned with the person I want to become? Once you become aware of these limiting thoughts, you can begin to challenge them. You can start to replace them with more empowering thoughts that support your growth and success. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be successful," you can choose to believe, "I am capable of achieving my goals." Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you can choose to believe, "I am worthy of success and happiness." These new beliefs may feel foreign at first, but with time and practice, they will become your new truth. The more you practice replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, the more natural it will feel, and the more you will begin to see changes in your life. Another important aspect of mindset is the belief in your ability to learn and grow. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are not fixed. They can be developed and improved over time. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as signs of failure. You understand that setbacks are a normal part of the process, and you approach them with the understanding that they are temporary and can be overcome with effort and persistence. People with a growth mindset are not afraid to take risks or make mistakes because they know that failure is not the end, it's just a stepping stone on the path to success. Having a growth mindset also means being open to feedback and criticism. When you view feedback as a tool for improvement rather than a personal attack, you can use it to make adjustments and keep moving forward. Instead of getting discouraged by mistakes or setbacks, you embrace them as valuable lessons that bring you closer to your goals. You understand that the journey to success is not linear. It's filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and moments of doubt. But with a growth mindset, you know that you have the ability to adapt, learn, and grow from every experience. A key component of mindset is also the belief in the power of effort. So often we're conditioned to believe that success comes from natural talent or luck, but the truth is that success comes from consistent effort. It's not about being the smartest or the most gifted, it's about being willing to put in the work day after day, even when it's hard. People who succeed are not necessarily the ones with the most talent, they are the ones who are willing to work the hardest, who are willing to keep going when others give up. They are the ones who understand that success is not an overnight phenomenon, it's the result of years of hard work, determination, and persistence. One of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset is to practice gratitude. Gratitude has the ability to change the way you view your life and your circumstances. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention away from what you don't have and you begin to notice the abundance in your life. Gratitude helps you see the good in every situation, even the challenging ones. It reminds you of all the blessings you already have, which helps you feel more positive, hopeful, and empowered. Gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating a mindset of abundance because it reminds you that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how difficult life may seem in the moment. Another important aspect of mindset is the ability to stay focused on your goals, even when things get tough. It's easy to get distracted by obstacles or setbacks, but people with a strong mindset are able to stay focused on their vision, even in the face of adversity. They know that challenges are part of the journey and they keep their eyes on the prize. Staying focused on your goals requires discipline, determination, and the ability to resist the temptation to quit. It requires the ability to stay committed to your vision even when it feels like progress is slow or when you encounter difficulties along the way. Your mindset also influences how you handle relationships and the people around you. People with a positive, growth-oriented mindset tend to attract other like-minded individuals into their lives. They surround themselves with people who are supportive, encouraging, and who believe in their potential. Having a strong, positive mindset helps you create meaningful connections with others because it encourages you to approach relationships with openness, compassion, and understanding. You are able to lift others up and they in turn help lift you. A positive mindset creates a positive environment where everyone can thrive. In the end, changing your mindset is the key to changing your life. Your mindset determines how you respond to challenges, how you perceive opportunities, and how you navigate setbacks. By choosing to shift your mindset, you open yourself up to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new growth. The power to create the life you want is within you, and it starts with the way you think. When you change your mindset, you change your life. It's as simple as that. Consistency is the secret to success. It is the foundation that turns small daily efforts into significant long-term achievements. Too often we look for quick fixes, shortcuts, or ways to get results without putting in the work. We want success to come instantly, and when it doesn't, we become discouraged. But the truth is, true success is built on consistency, on the decision to show up day after day, even when it's difficult or when we don't see immediate results. Consistency is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up halfway. It's the quiet, steady force that pushes us forward when the path gets tough. When you're consistent, you build momentum. Each small action you take, no matter how insignificant it seems at the time, contributes to the bigger picture. Over time, these small actions add up, and suddenly you find yourself much further along the path than you ever imagined. Momentum is a powerful force. Once it begins, it's much easier to keep moving forward because you've already put in the effort. You've already built the habit. When you stay consistent, you create a snowball effect where every little step you take becomes easier and easier, propelling you toward your goals. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is the way it helps you develop discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals even when distractions arise or when it feels easier to give up. Without consistency, it's easy to fall off track or lose sight of your goals. But when you commit to showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, you cultivate discipline. You train yourself to prioritize your goals over temporary feelings of discomfort. This kind of discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's built through consistent action. It's the result of making the choice to keep going. Even when things get hard, discipline is the muscle you develop through consistency, and just like any other muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. Consistency also teaches you patience. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, where we expect quick results and immediate feedback. But success doesn't work that way. It takes time. It takes persistence. It requires the ability to stay the course, even when progress feels slow or invisible. When you're consistent, you learn to trust the process. You understand that small, consistent actions add up over time and that results may not come immediately. This patience allows you to stay motivated even when the road ahead seems long or uncertain. You start to realize that success is not an event, it's a process. A series of small steps that, when taken consistently, lead to big results. One of the most difficult aspects of consistency is maintaining it when the results aren't immediately visible. We are wired to seek instant feedback, to know that our efforts are making a difference. But in reality, many of the most significant results are not seen immediately. Change takes time, and sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. Even when you're putting in the work, this is when consistency is most important. It's easy to show up when things are going well, but true consistency is tested when things are hard, when you're not seeing the results you expected, and when you feel like giving up. In those moments, consistency is what keeps you going. It's the knowledge that every small effort, every little step is contributing to your ultimate success, even if you can't see it yet.